Oh! 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 Ah! I have a secret to tell you guys. This elf isn't covered in sweat. Ah! 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 Or water. That's right. It's just water, guys. Here comes the snow. How are we doing, chat? Are we enjoying the cool, comfortable summer weather? It's actually not that bad today in my area. It could be so much worse, which doesn't mean much, but, you know. Where's Ace Combat 8? It's been long enough. I think it's about time we get Ace Combat 8, guys. I just want this heat to go away. You're building character right now, Hystrixia. And don't worry, it's a dry heat. We should have a. I should do a top tier list of tiers that people who like hot weather can say when it's incredibly hot. That makes me want to murder them. We have several choices. One, don't. It's a dry heat is definitely gonna go on there. 2, it's not that bad. 3, just use, and then they list like some sort of anti-heat device that isn't air conditioning, like a fan, or even worse, like what do you call it? A parasol, sun umbrella. Japanese have recently been like, it's basically the temperature of the sun in Tokyo right now. We're all going to start using these sun umbrellas. And I'm just like, this is so fucking stupid. It's like 40 degrees Celsius with 80% humidity there. That umbrella isn't doing shit. That's so fucking stupid. 109 of dry heat. Whoever the fuck was like, you know what's a good idea? Let's build a gigantic casino city in the middle of this location where everything is just withered and dying and there's no water. That was a great idea. Vegas. I've been to Vegas once. It was in the spring. It was still too fucking hot. There's a million places where they could have chosen to build their casinos, but they're like, nah. What is Vegas? It's a really shitty hellhole if you don't have a gambling addiction, I assume. Can you scold me for lacking energy to draw right now? My recommendation would be to take a nap. Whenever my brain doesn't seem to be functioning, I just need to like take a brief nap and it usually resets. So take a 20-minute nap or masturbate, and then you'll probably have the energy to draw after that. Actually, masturbate then take a nap. That's probably the best combo. Eat, masturbate, take a nap, and you should be good to go. Isn't Vegas just a scam? All gambling is a scam, yes. Vegas is even more of a scam because they're convincing people that they should go to this incredibly hot location in the middle of the desert to do it, when gambling is very much legal in a lot of other locations. Attempt to take a 20-minute nap, fall asleep for 3 hours. Doesn't that just mean you're sleep deprived? The truth is, human brains aren't meant to function on anything less than 7 hours of sleep, unless you're one of those psychos like my mother. So you're just cheating yourself of productivity if you're not... Like, if you can't take a short nap and be able to wake up, it means you're basically sleep deprived. That's your body telling you it's time to fucking stop. Evo is gambling on your ability to play fighting games. I mean, there's no real gambling there involved. It's more like gambling that you're not gonna run into one of the 700 professional players in pools, which you will, because there's 700 of them at this point. Depends which game you entered. Yeah, I was talking about Street Fighter. If you're playing Mortal Kombat, you only need to beat like 3 people. But the game is fundamentally broken, so you're cheating yourself out of having an enjoyable experience, at least. What a cute elf. I hope no sex denial will take place. This isn't just an elf. This is a dark elf. In which case, sex denial will not take place. Dark elves don't ask. They take what they please. MK1 numbers are second lowest to KOF 15, as they should be. Honestly, I feel like Mortal Kombat is on par with Smash as being like barely not a fighting game. It's a story game for casuals who want to see their waifu get her spine ripped out of her body. After seeing the MK11 finals in the previous Evo, I was just like, get this shit out of my fucking TV. It was like mirror matches. The entire top 4 was mirror matches, which means the NetherRealms hasn't fucking balanced their game at all. They're just letting whatever broken shit just sit there. A lot of people complain about Street Fighter, but One thing you can't really complain about is the character variety. Same for Tekken. There is a wide character variety in the top tiers. Whereas MK11, it was just like literally the same setup for 4 different players. Ja. Osvis. Maybe Hunter x Hunter Nen will get more players than Mortal Kombat. I'm telling you, we should have more focus on competitive Catherine. That shit is awesome. Competitive Catherine and Gundam versus Burst. Whatever. Just kidding. Gundam versus is absolute horseshit if you don't play the game to watch. It's worse than Overwatch to watch. It's just a goddamn mess. I don't know if I want this lot. Catherine was a mystery game and attorney, wasn't it? Catherine has had a lot of off-stream, like, secondary tournaments in EVO every year for a while. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I watched some of their streams and it was extremely competitive and well thought out. It's one of those things similar to Melee in that it obviously wasn't built to be a good PvP experience, but it turned out to be a really good PvP experience with a lot of different strategies and skills. The DDR tourney was more hyped than CEO. You know that you have a good game when people are breaking their ankles literally while playing it. Because I can't play any kind of rhythm games. I find competitive rhythm game players absolutely fucking insane. Like those Japanese arcade games that like you can't actually play at home because the arcade version has like 18 different knobs and sticks that you have to be fiddling with while you play it. And it's called like Beat Track Mania XX Quadro or some shit. And then like if you watch the competitive plays, it's like, thanks for attending the Beat Track Mania XX Quadro World Championships. For this championship, we've created a new song that requires you to hit 17,000 beats per second that none of you has played before because all of you have mastered the previous songs. And all I can say is like, bro, why don't you guys like actually just play an instrument or something? I thought rhythm games were for, you know, people who can't actually like make real music so that they could feel good about pretending to play the guitar. But no, these people are just like, nah, I'd rather just, instead of actually playing an instrument, I think I'd rather just destroy my arms smacking the Taiko no Tatsujin drum like 10,000 times in a second. Fighting games are rhythm games too. Not if you play a grappler. Osu, DDR, and all those other Korean rhythm game players must be on crack. Yeah, every time I watch Osu, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? If we want to have a comedy stream, we could do a BB Plays Osu stream and watch me fail at the easiest tracks that they have available. It'll be like hot cross buns. And I will fucking fail it. I'm so bad at anything music related. It's pretty funny. I'm just not built for it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Osu version. 10,000 clicks. 5.5 hours. This is the amount of hours I've actually drawn starting today, starting at midnight. I reset the timer every day to keep track if I'm actually working or not. Because it's pretty easy if you're working from home to think that you're doing shit, but you're not actually doing shit. So whenever I'm like, no, making manga is too hard, there's no way anybody could possibly finish this, and I start like keeping track of my hours, I'm like, oh wait, I'm actually not even working a 40-hour week. I need to stop being a pussy little bitch and actually start grinding. Are you going to get an assistant at 10 chapters? I'm never going to get an assistant unless I start attracting Japanese people with the manga, because none of you can fucking draw, because in Japan you would be able to find someone who can draw at a basic level if you just like throw a stone in a random high school classroom. But every American is a fucking drawing beglet who spends all their time watching YouTube videos to make them feel better about how the little chibi Tumblr art they do is professional level, and they never actually learn how to do anything. I just found another 18-year-old that is not only better than me, but can animate. Doesn't matter. Nobody actually cares whether you're good or not, unfortunately. I mean, I could do the fills for you, but I think sharing the files around would just take more time. The fills are the easy part. That's why I do them on stream. That's why I'm not doing some of the more difficult inking, because I'll start doing the inking and then I'm like, shit, I need to change this. All of that work I did on stream was completely worthless. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinites are rhythm games. Yeah, basically. Except they're not that hard, considering it seems like every single person and their mother can do the MVC3 Zero Infinite shit. Naked Dark Elf? Wrong. She's not naked. Twitch will get the wrong idea, chat. I'd just like to let them to know that she's in a bodysuit. A very tight bodysuit, which means there's nothing wrong with this image here. Is that jizz or sweat? It's yogurt. Nothing inappropriate here. Fully dressed dark elf. I think the greatest trick that we've played on women is that tricking them to wear extremely tight, form-fitting yoga pants as normal daily attire. Not that they don't understand that they're displaying their ass. It's just that we have like a transition period in every generation where we convince women different things that are highly sexual are in fact not sexual and appropriate for wearing on a daily attire. When I was growing up, it was low-cut jeans that expose your thong. I was so desensitized to it, I didn't really think about it when I was in high school, but in retrospect, that was a lot of thong I was looking at. Or do they do it to us? I don't know, but if we're being tricked, then we must punish the women by making them wear proper Sharia law Islamic dress so we cannot see their ankle. We must have a professional morality police to beat women when they expose part of their hair for tempting men. Not the MK treatment. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I like how the Iranian president just like straight up died and people have stopped talking about it in like a day. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Because it shows how little people give a fuck about the actual president of Iran and how little power he actually has. No one's like, how is this going to affect global policy? And it's like, it's okay. Who? Yeah. This music reinvigorating me? What the fuck? Is this Ace Combat 6? I think it's Ace Combat 6. Oh, it's Ace Combat 5. It must be like the ending credits or something. I think Ace Combat 5 is still my favorite. Do you plan to have exposed nipples in your manga? No. If I show exposed nipples, it'll be a Patreon separate tier so I can make more money. But everyone says they don't care about my porn, so that probably won't happen. New Rama anime in the works. We've entered end state of capitalism where Japanese anime companies are out of things to animate, so there's just going back and, you know, hitting up Takahashi Rumiko shit. They should be making a Maison Ikoku anime, not Rama. Because that didn't really get a good anime, I believe. The Rama original anime was pretty fucking good. Although I guess Rama is more anime friendly in terms of its pacing and stuff. But would you prefer to draw nipples? It's okay. They are dipping into that nostalgia bucket. The truth is we never left. After that, Inuyasha anime. Faithfully recreate the pacing of the manga so that we get a solid 700 episodes out of it. Will Grok get evicted and become a homeless drunk dwarf? If the manga is successful and I have to continue it and have to think of weekly episodes that I will not deliver on a weekly basis instead of the core romantic plot lines, then yes, there will be a Grok gets evicted episode. Those Inuyasha theme songs were great. Were they? Can't really remember much about Inuyasha. Inuyasha started to come on when I didn't really care about anime that much, I guess. I remember it being on TV all the time when I would be visiting Japan, and you just turn on TV and it'd be like Inuyasha at 5, Conan at 6. Get your dose of chasing after Naraku and cock blocking, and then get your dose of murder. What's your favorite part about digital art? The fact that I can make unlimited amount of mistakes and continue to change my mind and keep on working on it until it actually looks good. Honestly, if there wasn't digital options, I probably wouldn't be doing manga at this point. Actually, even more than having a Control-Z option, what I truly like about digital art is I don't have to worry about smearing ink. All that physical shit. It was such a pain in the ass trying to figure out like where to put your hand and stuff so that you wouldn't smear the ink. I fucking hated that shit. It sucked. Like if you try and make a nice, like this line for example, if you made this line with a G pen, then you would often get like a bubble of ink in this shape just sitting there for so long. And then like you'd have to worry about like putting your hand there, and like half the time I would fucking put my hand on top of it. I'd be like, what the fuck? It's just so annoying. It completely takes you out of the whole process. I can't understand why people have any kind of love for working in actual ink. It's such a pain in the ass. Traditional media can suck my cock. I wouldn't be here without digital publishing locations in the first place, so... Hold up, you did manga traditionally? I'm old as fuck. There was a time when you had to do manga traditionally. Someday will you show us your old drawings? I don't know, it's too lazy. I'm too lazy to fucking scan them. It's a pain in the ass. I still have them. I'm not like the type of artist who just purges all of his drawings and they disappear. I still have them, but... pulling shit out of the closet is a pain. All digital artists are fake artists. You're only a real artist if you draw with a ballpoint pen exclusively. I actually tried using ballpoint pens for a while on in the manga circuit instead of G pen and stuff like that to see if it was a better alternative because it wouldn't have the smearing problems and stuff. I never really found a methodology when working analog that I truly felt comfortable with. So I'm glad I was able to just transfer to digitally instead. I feel way more comfortable in digital. I never found something where I was like, this is it, I like it. Like Kim Jung-gi. Kim Jung-gi is like... I hadn't even heard about him until I started frequenting artist drawing circles, like on IC. I don't think he has any kind of knowledge among like more normal consumers of media. He's entirely beloved because of his technical skill, but I don't think people really care about what he produced. It often didn't really have... It was kind of directionless in its general. He would just like draw vaguely cool stuff. He was like Toriyama in that way. It'd be like if Toriyama didn't go the manga route and just did illustrations all the time. And then he died, like all of us. You'll die too. Do you become the bone of your sword when drawing these? Sorry if someone already made this joke. People need to stop fucking coming to my stream and making the joke when I say I'm gonna do the finishing process of the manga on stream, and then they're all like, oh, he's gonna finish on stream just like DSP. And I'm just like, I've fucking heard of that before. Bone of the sword, blah blah blah. It's just like we're back in middle school. The jokes aren't funny. We've already thought of them. Everyone has already made the same joke. Please only make a joke if nobody else has made that joke ever in history. He was more of a show artist, no, like people that aren't really into art don't know his name. So, the thing about being able to draw a lot of pictures just like off the top of your head without doing any rough drafts and stuff is that it's really impressive and difficult, but it's also a parlor trick, and most people don't really care about the process that much. So it's cool watching people do it live, but ultimately what people care about is... See, what I want to say is, like, if you're having people focus on the process by which you create the picture, you're already taking the consumer out of the suspension of disbelief of whatever it is you're depicting. You don't want them to have to think about how something was created, right? The point of getting people to go to the cinema is for them to be engrossed in that world and think of it as like a wholly formed fictional universe. So if your whole setup is getting people to think about how you draw stuff, it's kind of a failure in the first part, is how I think about it. You're already failing yourself if people are interested in your process. That being said, if I take that too far, then the AI prompters are going to be like, see, it doesn't matter if you actually draw it or not. I'm just as legitimate as you. There's no difference between prompting and tracing and actually drawing your own stuff. So you can't really go that far, but... Anyways, I can't really comment that much on quote-unquote capital art and what should be considered art and what should be considered, like, I don't know, entertainment and shit like that. Or more like what qualifies as art or not. I can talk about entertainment, because that's what manga is. Manga isn't art, it's entertainment. The goal of manga is for people to forget about how shitty their life is for the 5 minutes while they're waiting for their ramen to show up. I watched Yusuke Murata draw Tatsumaki for like 30 minutes and he erased the whole thing and made something better in like 5 minutes. Yeah, there's a lot of Yusuke Murata drawing real-time videos on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's interesting to look at his process. On the other hand, he's like one of the best artists in the world, and those videos only have like 10,000 views on them, most of them, which shows how little people are actually interested in the process if they're not actually an artist. They only care about the end result. Who do you consider to be the top 3 manga artists? Are we talking about, like, just in terms of graphics? Like, drawing ability? Because there's a lot of things way more important than that graphical ability in manga. Like readability. The people just want to see Tatsumaki's spread, her 2-page spread, I mean. That they retconned the obvious hint that she was no Pan all the time was one of the biggest betrayals to readers of the world. We all know deep down that she's not wearing undies. Obviously they had to do that for, you know, their publisher's sake or whatever. But that's kind of a betrayal of your readers, Murata. We know that she's not wearing panties. Don't go back on your beliefs. That loli is fucking pantyless. Tanned booba? Not really tanned. She's dark elf. You can decide whether she's gray, brown, or blue, depending on your mind's eye. I don't know who the top 3 manga artists are, but, alive right now. In terms of, like, graphically, it's probably Inoue, the Vagabond author, Slam Dunk author, Murata. I don't want to put Oda in there, but I might have to, unfortunately. In terms of who I actually, whose books I pull out when I'm constructing this manga as, like, who I'm using as my influence and what I'm using as what I feel like is the ideal of manga, it's actually Togashi. I have all these, I have the volumes of early Hunter x Hunter, like Hunter x Hunter volumes 1 through 5 out, and when I'm doing the storyboards, I bring out Hunter x Hunter and see the pacing at which he puts his paneling and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, this is the right pacing in which I need to put, you know, dialogue and introduce information and stuff like that, and the angles and stuff, which says a lot. Miura, I'm going with people who are alive. Also, that shit is kind of stupid. Can you really be the world's best manga artist if you can only produce 1 chapter every 6 months? Part of manga, I mean, Tezuka Osamu, the god of manga, would laugh at Miura and his production speed. Part of manga is being able to produce content at a blazingly fast speed, like 80 pages a month. And you're supposed to, back in the day, you were supposed to actually alter your art style so you could produce fast enough to shit stuff out. And then that became like, as seinen and stuff became more popular, people started having more detailed manga art styles and shit. The man added so much fucking detail that the editors begged him to stop because it would be even visible on the print. Wait, I can't remember who you're talking about. Who was the Hokuto no Ken drawing guy? Buronson is the writer, and then Tetsuo Hara was the writer. Hara Tetsuo was basically going blind because he was doing too much hatching details in Fist of the North Star. Not good for you. That's why Togashi is my hero. I want to become a manga author that tells editors to fuck off and only publishes one chapter every 10 years. And then everybody's still like, oh my god, he posted a photo of like half a page on Twitter. He's back, let's go! Surely he will finish the series. The hatching claimed his eyesight, yeah. Not good. Don't hatch yourself until you're fucking blind. Like I am doing right now. Do you think artists can get by with just their manga? Would they need to do commissions on the side? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? You mean artists as in all artists? Or do you mean me? Because I need to fucking do commissions on the side. Unless you guys start giving me more money. Togashi married the biggest diva in the anime and manga world. Respect. It's very hard to get Togashi to actually draw manga right now because you definitely can't force him to do it based on monetary concerns. He's richer than God and his wife is richer than him, so... did it being a disgusting otaku. People were complaining about how Togashi said that he couldn't draw his manga because he had back problems, but then like everyone on the internet was like, yeah, but we know that you're still going to like these idol concerts and stuff. Apparently it's a well-known fact that he's an idol otaku, and instead of properly wasting his life 30 hours a day to draw manga and finish Hunter x Hunter, he instead shows up at idol concerts and shit, so... You gotta strike out and get famous to live easy with your work. It's not really. There's actually a lot of mid-tier manga artists in Japan that are making a good enough living off of manga. It depends. It just, the question is what counts as mid-tier and what counts as high-tier and stuff like that. Like the fact, I mean, it's kind of hard to have actual discussions about manga with American chat because you guys basically only know like 6 different manga that are all in Jump, and then like 1 or 2 seinen, one of which is Berserk. But there's a huge industry besides that. So Hipster BB coming out. I mean, it's ridiculous though. It's like if I had to talk about filming movies and everyone's like, who do you think is the best director? This Marvel movie director or this DC movie director? J.J. Abrams or what's his name, James Gunn. Those are your 2 options. It's like that kind of discussion. We need a high IQ, guys. It's just like it's just like a massive industry, and the way it happens is the way the Western fan base works is it just goes to like 6 or 7 manga at most. I didn't insult you, man. I'm not American. Just as someone who can actually read Japanese, there's just a massive difference between what is actually being published and what's actually popular in Japan, and then like the shit that American, freeloaders talk about who don't actually pay for anything. BB gonna talk about his favorite non-Jump yaoi manga. I mean, the best yaoi manga are generally doujins of Jump anyways, so that's all you really need to know. Most of the hottest yaoi shit is probably gonna be Jujutsu Kaisen stuff anyways, so that you can only just read Shonen Jump and it'll be fine. Go on eHentai right now and look up Jujutsu Kaisen doujins and see what percentage of them are gay. It's like 80% or 90% gay. Every once in a while there'll be like Nobara getting hypnotized to give some dirty, ugly old bastard tit fuck or something, and she'll be like, I must use my anti-cursed power to defeat him using my boobs. And then the ugly bastard will be like, hehehe, little does she know that she's being hypnotized. But besides that, it's all just, the sensei guy who has his eyes covered fucking the main character's ass or whatever. Jujutsu Kaisen barf, too bad, it's what you get. Now consume your yaoi slop like a good female. Look at these attractive men. Don't you want to see them getting in homoerotic relationships? Top ships in Jujutsu Kaisen from a gallop in Japan was 90% man-to-man? Yeah, no shit. Here, I'll look at it right now. You can't make me read the Jujutsu Kaisen doujins. Oh yes, I can. I'm gonna read them right for you right now. Juju. All right, let's limit the eHentai tags to doujinshi only. Okay, from the top we have Yosomi o Shinaide. This is doujin between... They don't have the tags for the characters, I can't remember them. Gay, gay, straight, gay, 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 straight, 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 straight. Oh, it's pretty strong right now. Lots of Nobara stuff. Gay, 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 straight, gay, gay, straight. Actually, I can't tell. I think this is futa. I can't tell if this is straight or gay. I guess it counts as non-straight. I mean, what is the genre for porn? Hentai meant for men, except it's girls with fat cocks fucking each other. Futa content. It's neither one or the other. Straight, gay, 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 gay. Oh no, actually this is a female author, but it's a man fucking a woman. I can't believe that's a thing. Gay, 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 straight, gay, gay, gay. To be honest, was hoping for some straight Shota featuring Mei Mei. I didn't know who Mei Mei was, so I was looking up her character online, and the first thing I got was Western normie anime consumers being like, I'm so offended that this older woman is having sex with her younger brother. I was really enjoying this anime, but it ruined it completely. Why does Japan have to be so weird all the time? And I'm like, LMAO. Look at these fucking normies getting filtered. Don't worry, they'll be back in 30 minutes. They're just fucking virtue signaling posturing. They actually enjoy it. So much Gojo doujins. Yeah. I forgot the name of the main character. It's always like Gojo fucking the main character. Or the antagonist with the stitches on his forehead. This is just Ball reading out the word gay. I mean, there's a few straight ones. Nobara has big titties, so there's a lot of people who are like, whoa, Nobara-chan. Paizuri, please. Damn, I wish I had a hot older sister that wanted to fuck me. Alas. Once again, our parents have failed us. I don't think I'm asking too much, Mom and Dad. I just wanted an incredibly hot older sister who is related by blood to me and yet isn't ugly like me and is in fact extremely hot and will either Dommy Mommy protect me or sadistically bully my penis. I'm not asking for much, Mom. Thanks a lot. In Malaysia, that part is important. Itadori Yuji, that's right. I forgot. Not that I really care. Why is the Malaysia part important? Is it that where incest is legal? I don't think incest is legal at all. I draw them dark as fuck and then I reduce the opacity. I fiddle around with opacity. That's how I do it. Oh shit, let's try to put this. Twitch blocked every variation of Frutanari? Yes. I have it that way on purpose. That's not Twitch blocking it, that's this channel. You know it's bad when you can't remember the MC's name? I mean, if he would just name his characters something easy to remember, like Gon. Or Naruto. That's a pretty easy name to remember. I like that Nobara got her eye ripped out. That's the only thing I know about Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, getting a single eye ripped out isn't a big deal in manga. No one's ever like, damn, ever since I lost one of my eyes, my life has been really horrible. They just get a fucking sick eye patch and then like 20 episodes later, they'll have their awakening moment where their ripped out eye is the key to them awakening their like true sight or some shit, and then they take off the eye patch and now they have like the magic eyesight that causes special genjutsu tsukuyomi, and they're like, oh my god, Uchiha Itachi, he's so powerful. Is Jujutsu Kaisen worth watching? I like shonen, but no one I know has actually seen it. Apparently the animation of season 2 is insanely good. The plot of the manga is meh, but apparently they were working their animators to death and breaking massive human rights violations in order to produce the best anime possible, so if you want to see a lot of movement, then you should watch it, I guess. Speaking of Naruto, I once witnessed a barber telling his disinterested client about Naruto fight for 5 minutes. Those are the people who are truly built to become barbers or taxi drivers. The ones that don't give a fuck whether you're not interested in what they're talking about. Because they got you locked in that fucking chair or that back seat. You're helpless. There's nothing you can do if you don't want them to fuck up your haircut. And then they're free to talk to you about Naruto's special Kagebunshin technique for 20 minutes, and there's nothing you can do. He's truly utilizing his job to its fullest degree. If you don't care if the opposing party actually cares about whether you're what you're talking about, then you can truly go on rambling diatribes. Women are also very good at this when they're talking about, I don't know, some stupid shit their kid or their dog did. Just corner your fucking coworker near the coffee machine and be like, let me talk to you about my fucking son. And I have to make the face of like, oh my god, please shut up. Oh god, I just want to make my coffee. But yep, I'm stuck there with fucking Sandra. The only thing worse is being a fast food employee during a sudden musical flash mob put on by 15 theater kids. What if you're a fast food employee and you're the one doing the singing? As in, you work for Cold Stone Creamery. Cold Stone Creamery Chads, they get to start singing and nobody can stop them. That's why I just hide in my office? Yeah. As much as I complain about women talking to me, I'm sure Hystrixia has it like 10 times worse, because she has to deal with other women who can recognize her XX chromosome and automatically assume that she's more willing to give a fuck about their stupid female problems when she doesn't. Just imagining it is making me feel happy. The amount of emotional torture Hystrixia probably has to go through on a daily basis. There's too much gray in these panels because we have all these gray-skinned dark elves. I'm gonna have to figure out how to add more blacks and stuff. So Futas have XXY chromosomes. How is Futas not blocked, guys? Did we forget about the plural? If we have any mods in chat, please do something. We have that shit blocked specifically so they can't type that shit. This is exactly why Futa and feet are blocked. Because you guys will take any kind of topic and be like, but what if she had a cock? Leave a loophole? No. There's unlimited amounts of loopholes. If you just type F, unless the stream is turned off, people will just know that you're talking about futas. Block term drawing to kill time. What is that drawing to kill time? Isn't that one of those hashtags that like Tumblr artists like putting out? Like, I'm not working very hard. It's the thing that you tag your stream so you can pretend that you're not actually trying hard when you actually are definitely trying hard, so it doesn't feel as bad when people point out that you suck. Isn't that what drawing to kill time is? "35 streams in a row, you all." That's actually pretty impressive, considering how irregular my streams are, and how I will just like randomly not stream some days and then stream on another day, and how I vary my times. Actually doing 35, I'm not impressed by the people who are like 3 streams in a row and shit, but 35 streams is actually impressive. Because I give very little help to make it so that you can follow my activity. You got tracked. It do be like that. No amount of tracking by my fans can, of course, compete with the shit ton of tracking that comes from Google selling my data and stuff, so I guess it's not really a big deal. Oh, it's the eternal jazz summertime and living is easy fucking song. I hate summer so much that even the jazz song about how living is easy in summer makes me angry. That's how much I hate summer at this point. I'm playing Skyrim right now with the Futa mod, I'm sure. Windows Recall will be wild on your PC. You can watch your manga getting undrawn. Wait, how does Windows Recall work? Is this the new thing about in Windows 11 that people are complaining about? Is that like the data selling thing? There's so many Microsoft data selling scams that I can't even keep track of which one is which at this point. It screenshots your entire screen every 5 seconds. Nice. And then it sends the data to their central processing unit where they will sell it directly to advertisers, I assume. It would be pretty funny if they actually had targeted advertising based on what people's screens were doing, because then you would just get targeted advertising for porn all day long, because that's what most people use their computer for. Just be like, yeah, we've seen that you like girls getting stuck in the washing machine and asking their stepbrother for help. No, it's encrypted, Clueless. That's right. There's no way Microsoft will ever abuse your data, guys. Don't worry. You can trust the world's largest computer monopoly. What's the appeal of Stepsisters? It's for people who want to fuck the girl that's living in their house and wearing slutty tank tops and shorts, but they don't want to actually have a retarded baby. The incest creeps them out, but they want to have incest light. It's like light beers. You know, a lot of Americans would be like, what's the point of Bud Light or Miller Light? That isn't a real beer. But Americans love their light beer. They'd rather drink a Bud Light instead of a Guinness or some thick milkshake beer. Similarly, they'd rather fuck their stepsister than their full-blood sister, even if it's a quote-unquote stepsister on Pornhub, who's not actually your stepsister, but a female actress who is claiming to be your stepsister, but in fact is a pornographic actress and is no way your sister or blood related at all. So, light beer is a fucking crime. What country are you from? I think it varies a lot depending on the country. Although I guess there's a lot of Americans who think that light beer is disgusting as well, but yeah. It's the Trump voters that are really into light beers, I assume. Tastes great / less filling. Delicious Miller Lite. Light beer is nasty. I don't drink any beer at this point, so... Of the Japanese beers, my favorite beer was Ebisu, by far. That's, for all you Evangelion fans out there, that's the beer in Misato's fridge. I always thought it was really good. If we're ranking the Japanese major beer brands, it goes from the top, in my case. It goes Ebisu, Kirin, Sapporo, and then Asahi. Asahi tastes like light beer. It tastes like Miller Lite or Bud Light. I don't fucking like it at all. Light beer is to Germans what breaking spaghetti is to Italians. I'll fucking break that spaghetti and drink a light beer in front of you Euros to assert my American dominance. And then I'll shoot my gun into the air. God bless America. It isn't July 4th anymore, but America Day never ends. Cerveza Crystal. Two dreamers off to see the world. Rainbows End. Have you ever seen that show Punch Punch Forever by Speed Daru? No, I don't follow the content of any other internet artists because they make me seethe with anger. Because they're making more money than me. But the truth is I don't watch much content at this point other than interrogation room interviews of serial killers on YouTube. Because most of my time is spent drawing and I need content in which I don't actually have to watch it. It's Japanese dubbed. Well, that's nice. The truth is I like Japanese dubbings way more than American dubbings. A Man After My Own Heart. Yeah, the only things I watched recently are Oppenheimer, half of Oppenheimer, and then like 10,000 serial killer police interrogation videos. And then I watch a Slay the Spire player as I try and improve at Slay the Spire. I'm trying to get better, so I have Slay the Spire content on the background, and that's about it. I used to watch fighting games a lot, but they're just not really helpful for drawing. They're too noisy. It kind of interferes with my concentration. So I stopped watching a lot of FGC content. I need to get into a brain state in which I can properly draw. And for some reason, part of that brain state is listening to people in the police interrogation room being like, I don't know, my wife, she must have tripped and hit her head. And they're like, listen, Jordan, we know that that's not what happened. You just have to be honest. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Do I look like I'm lying? And then they'll like try and cry unsuccessfully. I swear, I don't know. For me, it's cooking serial killers or educational programs. Honestly, it doesn't even have to be serial killers. It just needs to be people that are like morally fucked up. I like studying the human condition and what type of people commit, you know, murder. Go watch the Therapy Gecko. He is amazing for background. Therapy Gecko. Keck W. That's pretty funny. I didn't know about this human being. Is he a human or is he a gecko? I can't really tell. The computer graphics are so advanced, it's hard for me to tell whether he's a real gecko or not.
Call from
Here.
Share it.
Wait, did I actually get on this?
Yeah, you did.
Holy shit, okay. Well,
Holy shit, okay. He goes on phone with random people, listen to their stories. Last one I watched was a dude who tried killing an 8-year-old and failed, and then she found him 20 years later. Jesus. You know you're not very good at your serial killer thing when you fail to kill an 8-year-old. It happens more often than you would think, though. There's a lot of killers that are like, oh my god. I can't believe he's still alive. No, I mean, thank God he's still alive. Haha. I'm so happy. And then the police is like, yeah, and they told us everything that you did. They're like, shit. God damn it. Perhaps you'll like California car chases, almost one every day. That's more visual, though. I need long, droning content that has some variability to it, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Maybe consider not jacking off on your neighbor's cat. I don't know if that's good advice. I'll do the opposite and say that maybe you should consider jacking off on your neighbor's cat. If you want to make more money, just make your Patreon tiers more expensive and justify it by saying inflation. True. I probably should have a tier that's like expensive for no reason other than just being there. To show your appreciation for me so that I don't have to draw commissions so I can actually work on the manga. For the simps, true. I've told you this multiple times. Okay, I'll finally do it considering I am trying to work on this full time. I don't know. I just think of shit by my standards, and my standards is never pay for anything because I'm cheap as fuck, so I should probably have at least one $10 Patreon tier or something. Drawing commissions is like the streetwalker hooker of artists. True. Which is why I charge shitloads of money for them. But there's still the streetwalker hooker tier of artists. That doesn't change it. You're just an expensive streetwalker. Drawing manga is like I'm being a courtesan? No, it's not, because I'm drawing exactly what I want to draw. As long as you're drawing what you were going to draw anyways, then that's not prostituting yourself. It's when you have to read the 3-page long instructions by your commissioner on how the character's futa dick needs to be, have this amount of skin on it, and like how big her balls need to be and stuff like that. So that's when you really know you're in the prostitution zone. Most artists that make income from their work do commissions at some point. Yes, the commissioners, they're very thirsty, and the commission market will never ever dry up. Despite AI and stuff, that's the truth. Tell me how you really feel about comms. Every once in a while there's a commission where it's like to draw a character that I like drawing anyways, like Samus. And it's not like Samus wearing a diaper and shitting herself or something, and I'm like, okay, this would be something that I would draw anyways, so it's just like free money, thank God. Everything else is just like, it's selling your soul. But then I actually start drawing it, and it doesn't really matter, because the truth is, like, once you actually start getting into the process of producing the image itself, it's just like, it's such a grind no matter whether it's something you want to draw or if it's something you don't want to draw. You still have to fucking get into that mindless grinding stage for hours and hours and hours, and once you get there it doesn't really make any difference. So it's only like the first like 20 minutes when you're plotting the picture out that you have to question your, you know, your life choices, and after that, you know, it's kind of like, if we're going with the prostitution metaphor, once you lay back and start looking at the ceiling and thinking of England, it's not a big deal. One thing that people don't talk about is how people from one-sided parasocial relationships with artists, big spending Coomers, are 10 times more likely to be repeat customers if they care more about the fact that you drew something than the work itself. I mean, I guess the true parasocial relationship is where they're jacking off to you, the artist, as in you're a female. That's where you get the true parasocial relationship bucks. I'm talking about you, Sakimi-chan. Come and debate me. Happy Tanabata. You're right, it is Tanabata. I guess it's time for me to go to my summer festival where my childhood friend, who is in no way romantically interested in me, is wearing a yukata. And we go to behind the shrine. I've noticed an uptick in female artists becoming e-thoughts. I mean, are we sure there's an uptick? Though, I kind of feel like that's already, you know, sort of a given. What's the point of not being an e-thought if you're a female artist, if you're even moderately attractive? You have to be, like, so unattractive that you think that showing your face on stream would actually reduce the number of viewers or your fans. And even then, you just need like a VTuber avatar and pretend like you're cute. I saw this one girl only a few days ago post one pic of her fat thigh cosplay, and now she's lamenting that Coomers care more about her body than her art. Yes. However, the truly tragic ones aren't the ones where people care about their body more than their art. It's the girls who are trying to get their OnlyFans accounts started and are failing is when I truly laugh at them. Because if you are searching on Twitter, you can find a pretty large percentage of women who are like, guys, you know, pussy in bio, OnlyFans, and it's not working. And that just makes my day when I see it. It's like, LMAO. This bitch trying to be an OnlyFans e-girl, and she has like 3 people giving her money at most. It is a pretty saturated market, though, that's for sure. You don't want to be entering the OnlyFans market at this point in your life. Market is huge. Yeah, literally everybody who has a pussy is in it, and about 30% of the guys who have cocks are in it as well. Just gotta stroke that cock on your OnlyFans stream so the gays can masturbate to you, or at least you're hoping. It's just like the isekai novelist market. It's more saturated because while there's a small percentage of people who can't write at all, even shitty isekai novels, pretty much everybody has access to their vagina or their penis, so... The barrier of entry is having a phone to take photos of yourself and an internet connection to upload the pics. You have to stick out in order to get noticed. I remember when I found the foot OnlyFans, I forgot what it was called, and there was a subcategory for women who had extra toes, and I was like, damn. These women, they found a way to make extra money because they have 6 fucking toes. You get paid, girl. I don't really want an artist I follow to suddenly spread hole on my timeline out of nowhere. A bisexual artist I follow has an alt account where he posts videos. I followed him there thinking I was going to see some private thoughts, but I just saw a hole. Maybe I'm the weirdo. If it's 2024 and you're not jacking off the pussy, it means that you're not properly respecting this person's gender decisions or whatever, I don't know. Feet finder, oh god. There's people who immediately know what I'm talking about. Immediately chat's like, yes, I happen to be a regular on Feet Finder, of course. Artists should be faceless, in my opinion. I agree. The point of the artist is, especially a manga artist, is you want them to care about your characters. And having them care about you, the artist, is just interfering with that. I don't want anybody to be looking behind the curtain. I only want them to be looking at the show. No one wanted to see the Nikocado avocado butthole, but it now exists. That's not true. There's lots of people wanting to see Nikocado avocado's butthole. Just because you're disgusted by something doesn't necessarily mean you don't want to see it. The opposite of hate, or the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifferent. And nobody is indifferent about Nikocado avocado's butthole. We all care to some degree. Call me an incel, but you immediately lose points in my book when the focus stops being on your creations. Araki is a real vampire. I mean, Araki is slightly different because if you don't know, back in the day, Shonen Jump was really interested in actually posting the photos of their authors online. So there's actually group photos on the covers of Jump in the 90s where they just post all of the people, the authors, just like standing around in suits. So it was kind of like part of the company decision, and that has shifted since. Like the Demon Slayer author is completely, nobody knows what she looks like, and her friends and stuff are good enough friends that nobody has, you know, posted her photos online, so she is completely anonymous, and therefore she gets to retire with $1 gazillion. Good for her, without having to deal with the bullshit of being famous and extremely successful. She's a female, so she must be extremely hot. I must hunt her down and marry her. She's probably a mother of 3 children or some shit. I don't think so. In timeline-wise, maybe she's has a kid by now. But she definitely wasn't having a kid while she was drawing for Shonen Jump. And she was working in an office before that, so I don't think she had time to do that. I think part of her retirement was she wanted to maybe have a kid or something like that. What if she's J.K. Rowling's Smurf, LOL? I mean, I'm not a huge Demon Slayer fan, but from the limited amount that I've seen, it's way better than anything J.K. Rowling could possibly write, so that's kind of unfair. There isn't some sort of stupid British shit that infuriates me within the first 5 minutes of Demon Slayer, so definitely not J.K. Rowling's alternate account. Although I do think it's impressive that J.K. Rowling was able to change her pen name and write some stupid shitty mystery and still be a bestseller or whatever, so I do give her credit for that. She can definitely write stuff that sells, but it still fucking sucks. I don't care how much it sells. There are literally women who sell their actual shit online. How do women not have it easy? Women in first world countries definitely have it easy. Women in third world countries have get to play on nightmare mode, is how it works. The problem is that feminism has existed to save the people on nightmare mode, but for some reason it's been co-opted by all the women who are playing on easy mode and think that just because they're also women, they deserve all the benefits of it. It's like, yeah, feminism exists for all the women who have to wear fucking burqas and then get beaten by their husbands and divorced and thrown on the street if they question their husband's opioid addiction. It doesn't really exist for white woman number 3000 who feels it's unfair that the store manager isn't properly respecting her decision to not pay for her groceries. J.K. Rowling was a single mom when she wrote Harry Potter. Mangaka can't get away with that unless they have a partner. Yeah, the mangaka drawing release schedule is kind of unlike any sort of other creation business. If you're like a novelist, I mean, you might have some kind of deadline, but the publisher will understand that the book is going to get done when it gets done. They're not like, you need to sleep 2 hours a night forever to shit out 16 pages a week. I mean, they even give you an advance if you're a novelist. You can blame a lot of that stuff on Tezuka Osamu because he was a fucking psychopath, and he was like, "Yo, let's just start publishing weekly." And everyone else is like, "What?" And he was like, "Let's just start publishing weekly, easy," because he was a psychopath. And now we're all sort of stuck in the world he created, unfortunately. Amaranth bought an esports team, lol. I mean, I guess she has to do something with her money. It's good to know that she'll be broke soon because esports teams make no profit, but besides that... Jesus Christ. Men are the dumbest fucking species on the planet when it comes to e-simping. It's actually pathetic. I'm not talking about you guys who give me money. You guys are fucking heroes. You're not like those Amaranth simps. You're much better. Now keep on giving me money. But Amaranth simps are truly pathetic human beings. Just like Amaranth, I am your girlfriend. Mangaka be like, must work even more than a salaryman? You'd think so, right? But Japanese salarymen are so fucking overworked, depending on their job. Some of them are also reaching the critical levels of like, he's literally gonna die, just like mangaka, so... The truly overworked Japanese salaryman works more than the Japanese mangaka. That's the big secret. Karoshi is a thing. The thing about Japanese working hours is a lot of it is completely pointless. And a lot of it is unpaid, by the way. That's the true mindfuck they got going. Is like, Mr. Takemoto-san, I need you to work an extra 30 hours. But when you work these hours, I need you to punch out so we don't have to pay you. And the Japanese slave salaryman is like, okay, that sounds like a fair deal. I will literally live in slavery where I work hours and I do not get paid because my company has asked me to. This is a real fucking thing. Poor cock? Yeah, I don't understand it. It is the Japanese mentality. Black company life. Yes. No wonder they're all dreaming about getting isekai'd. It's the only hope they have left. Pretty much any sort of situation in which they get isekai'd to, like some sort of fantasy world war or some shit where they have to fight the Demon King, is probably going to be better off than whatever horror that they live in their current working environment. Is the free labor how the economy keeps going? Not really, because it keeps wages low as well. I think the economy would actually be better off if they had some sort of inflationary, like people demanded to get paid more. Japanese prices have gone through some amount of inflation, but it's almost nothing compared to like America. They even had deflation at one point. Japanese people also don't like waste their money like Americans, so everybody saves shit. So there's a huge boomer population sitting on a lot of money that's saved up. There's like deflationary pressure on wages as well because people don't demand to get paid more. I don't know. They've been in like different variations of deflation spirals since the bubble burst in the 90s. I'm not a macroeconomist, but I think they would be better off if Japanese people demanded more money. Ha, I gave you no work, so you feel useless at work, so I still get paid while doing nothing. He's talking about something called Madogiwazoku, which means people sitting near the window, which sounds kind of nice, and it is kind of nice. It's based on the Japanese working system where you're basically employed by your company until you die. So instead of firing them, they would have people sit near the window and not do any work, but they'd still get paid, which is fucking awesome. And I wish I could have that job. People sitting near the window, so an anime protagonist, basically. Same mental state, honestly. Thankfully, Japanese politics are famously progressive and active, and they absolutely love change. So Japanese are conservative in a way that American conservatives don't understand. Japanese conservatism, and they don't even use the term conservatism, is they literally don't want things to change. It just stays the same. It changes, if it does change, it changes very slowly. Whereas American conservatives are trying to go back to like some sort of fictional version of the 1950s. They just don't want to rock the boat in Japan. They're just like, let's just do the same thing we've been doing. We'll be better off that way. I think there was some sort of article that I saw that I didn't read, but it was like Japan phases out the floppy disk. July 6, 2024, yesterday. Japan scrapped every regulation requiring the use of floppy disks for administrative purposes this week, catching up with the times 13 years after the country's producers manufactured their last units. This fucking country is scrapping regulations for floppy disks in 2024. The floppy disk has fallen. Sounds like working for the state. Yeah, this is my sociology class on bureaucracy right here. If North Korea actually tries to hack Japan, they won't be able to because like half of their shit is still using fax machines. Oh, Japan also released their new cash bills this month, or like this week or whatever. And it's the most technologically advanced cash bills with like insane 3D holograms on it and shit. And they're really, really nice. But it's also cash. So that's like the duality of Japanese society, right? It's like they have the technology to produce insanely advanced shit like cash, but they also don't have the technology to actually go cash paperless, you know? They don't want to go paperless, which has its pros and cons, obviously. Considering that credit card companies are trying to fuck over Japan with all their stupid, like, you can't have hentai rules, I feel like Japan is right to just be like, fuck credit cards. That shit is foreign colonialism. I fear for North Korea the day one of their shitty bombs accidentally lands and kills some Japanese elderly. World is not going to be happy with them. Nah, the world won't care. There's a lot of elderly Japanese, it's fine. This wasn't covered that much in American media, but you know that like North Korea was literally abducting Japanese citizens for the last 50 years for unknown reasons. There were all these Japanese citizens that just like randomly vanished, and it turned out they had been in like North Korean slave camps or some shit. And some of them survived. But it was just like, they would just, you know, land in Japan and fucking kidnap someone and leave. It was a huge problem, but it wasn't really covered in Western media. It was denied by a lot of people for a long time. Yeah, imagine that. You're just like, one day you just fucking wake up in North Korea because they decided to fucking kidnap you. What a wacko country. Japan is one of the best countries in the world. It has the best food. It has great island. It gets lots of rain. Nice 4 seasons. Unfortunately, it's surrounded by North Korea, South Korea, China. It has not been blessed by neighbors. they'd snag Japanese citizens to boost their own numbers. I don't think it was for number boosting. I don't think they snagged enough people for it to be number boosting. I think it was, didn't like Kim Jong-il want somebody who knew Japanese so he could like watch movies or some shit like that? I can't remember. It wasn't significant enough numbers for it to be obvious. Japan also has pro-North Korean schools for some of the Zainichi LOL. The Zainichi situation is really weird in Japan. So those of you who don't know, there's a huge Korean population in Japan, which are called Zainichi, and they've been there since pre-war, pre-World War II. And they don't have Japanese citizenship. They have Korean citizenship. And they're always complaining about this. To which the Japanese right wing will always reply, like, just go home to Korea then. It's like this weird immigrant situation that happens because Japan has blood-related citizenship. So I have Japanese citizenship because my mother is Japanese, not because I was born in Japan. And there's a lot of course, anti-Korean racism, but there's also a lot of the stupid shit that comes from Korean politics and Korean culture that is also causes the Japanese right-wingers to constantly be reeing. And you can't always tell if problems are being caused by Koreans in Japan because the Zainichi have Japanese names and the TV is only allowed to report the Japanese names and stuff. It's a weird racism situation. Japanese people are famously progressive and open to other cultures. I feel like Japan is way more open than Westerners give it credit for, actually. Most people that complain about how xenophobic Japan is are usually like weebs that went to Japan and their perfect anime girlfriend wasn't greeting them at the airport, so they got angry. Also, most of the people who complain about Japan being xenophobic can't even speak Japanese. They're definitely doing like the gaijin thing. And then they're like, what's your problem? Why aren't you welcoming me? I've been informed by communists on Twitter that Japan is a fascist patriarchy. I've been told by 4chan posters that all the things about how Japan is a fascist patriarchy are psyops because they, quote-unquote, don't want you to see how Japan is a single ethnic state that protects its borders, and they don't want you to see what Japan has and want the same thing. The people who spend fucking years or decades in Japan without learning the language are insane. I've known multiple people like that. There's just Waito Pigu out there who just refuse to learn Japanese. It's very difficult, of course, but the new Assassin's Creed. I should be angry about the new Assassin's Creed, except it's Assassin's Creed, so of course it's shit, so who cares? Right? It's not impossible at all. I mean, it's not impossible, especially if you're just trying to be conversational. A lot of white people are colonialist in their behavior in ways that they don't notice, is what I'd like to say. They expect the country they're invading to adapt to them. Spending years in an expat bubble because you're a loser in your home country, Sag. It's better to just be a neat shut-in hikikomori like myself. That way you won't meet anybody. Not as bad as Spain, LMAO. We've had multiple people. I don't know if you're the same person. We've had so many people. I can't remember who I was talking to who was complaining about living in Spain. Oh wait, is that Constrictor? No, I can't remember. Who was the Spanish guy in our Discord? Shibuya got rid of their street drinking because of gaijin. I mean, they have a shit ton of street drinking that is a problem that isn't gaijin stuff. It's Green Rider, Lithium, yeah. Okay, so Green Rider was talking about, it's Lithium who was talking about how, the joy of living in Spain as British tourists to show up in the coast to, get pissed drunk and vomit all over the street. And be like, you what, mate? I swear on my mum. Right, come on, England, score some fucking goals. Bang, bang, bang. So that's definitely a worse fate than living in Japan. At least Japanese tourists are more spread out globally instead of just being a bunch of Brits. Drinking on the street seems kind of dangerous. It's just sitting outside the konbinis. Yeah, if you're a proper delinquent, you have to sit outside the konbini in the middle of the night and squat. And wait for somebody to be like, oi, nanda teme, and then you can have your Yakuza simulation. Worse fate than living in Japan is living in France. I mean, you could be living in Russia, then you get to be drafted. There's a Russian Twitter porn artist that I like, and I keep on waiting for him to just stop posting, but I think he might have escaped Russia by now. Could be living in Zimbabwe. Nah, Zimbabwe's awesome. Think how rich you'd be. You could be a billionaire in Zimbabwe dollars if you're living in Zimbabwe right now. Russia is fire, what do you mean? It sure is. I don't think I want to live in any other place. Couldn't handle having to learn all this other stuff. I struggle just to get by in the US. It's probably isn't that different, honestly. You always have to learn new shit anyways. If you're struggling in the United States, you could be struggling in Japan. It would be similar. You'd still just be struggling. I cope by hiding in my room. Why didn't we give Putin the Saddam treatment already? Has somebody told you about the existence of this thing called nuclear weapons? Nuclear weapons, anyone? I fucking love how there's always like some sort of, here's a simulation if the American Navy fought the Chinese Navy over Taiwan on like Twitter every single day, and people on both sides are being like, oh, America would win, blah blah blah. It's just like, guys, why are we pretending that nuclear weapons don't exist? This is a real thing, guys. Nukes anyone? There's a reason why this shit hasn't been happening the last, 50, 60 years. People are so fucking stupid about this. I heard nuclear weapons, so now I am forced to say I love eating uranium. Ball, if we nuke them first, we can win. We just need to hit every single city center and military base within minutes of each other. I mean, there's a pretty high chance that Russian nukes aren't properly functional. The problem is, just even if you do wipe out Russia with all your nukes, and even if they don't fire off a single nuke and hit American cities with it, you still wouldn't be quote-unquote winning, because you're not actually benefiting from that. You just have a fucking nuclear wasteland. It's not like Russia is directly threatening the United States, besides, you know, meddling in elections here and there. The joy about nuclear warfare is that nobody wins. Fear of nukes is for pussies. Real men invade without hesitation. I mean, that's what Putin did with Ukraine. And now he's like, damn, maybe I should have hesitated a little bit more. If he could have a gimme on that one, I think he'd probably go for it. The thing I'm honestly more scared of is if some smaller country says fuck it and nukes their neighbor, then the rest of the world does nothing out of fear. Are you talking about Israel again? You have two options. Israel or Pakistan. Those are the two small countries that have nukes and are probably going to nuke their neighbor if they want to fuck it. Or Korea. North Korea, I actually have no fear of North Korea nuking their neighbor, actually. They've proven that they're highly rational in their decision making. Pakistan would nuke India before they nuke Israel. I mean, yeah. All of Pakistan's nukes are trained on India at all times, but India also has nukes. All Kim wants is to keep himself in power. If Kim was out of power, then it would be actually a huge disaster. And China would be flooded with 10,000 refugees as everyone's fucking starving, so... We're actually all better off if we just have Kim sitting there with his nukes and being happy. A collapsed North Korea is way worse than the current version of North Korea, actually. At this point, it's probably more likely that Israel is going to nuke Iran or something than any other country nuking any other country, although Pakistan is still probably close. They starving right now? Don't worry, there's a lot of them. Unlike South Korea, they're still breeding, so they'll be fine. North Koreans aren't starving? I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, they go through different periods of starving versus not starving. But they were getting a ton of food aid forever. I'm disappointed that BB isn't talking about how cum tastes when I joined. Look, the flavor of cum hasn't changed. We already exhausted that topic last time. Cannibalism is a thing, never forget that, I guess. They can always eat turnips. Kimchi is delicious. Alright guys, let's do some Guess That Game, I guess. Guess the game. There's a small red dot. Relatively high level of graphics. Legend of Smelda. No idea. Yeah, me neither. I have no idea what this this black bar is. Counter-Strike? It's not fucking Counter-Strike, dumbass. Or maybe it is. I wouldn't know. I haven't played any Counter-Strike. What's this red dot? Has anyone seen this red dot, guys? Any PC gamers? I'm pretty confident this is a PC game, at least. It doesn't look like Counter-Strike. It can't always be Counter-Strike. I know Counter-Strike players have only played 3,000 hours of Counter-Strike. It could be Dark Souls, but what is this bar? Let's guess Dark Souls. Who knows? I mean, Dark Souls has bricks. Illusion Softs, Honey Select. Man, the guesses right now are pretty shitty. Dark Souls. Of course, it's not Dark Souls, but Metacritic scores 71%. This looks like Mordheim or something. It's 71%. It's not Baldur's Gate. It's not Oblivion. Those are both going to be higher. Jesus Christ. It's not one of those Morrowind or Oblivion or shit. You guys have played 10,000 hours of Skyrim. You'd recognize Skyrim. Witcher 1, maybe. The graphics might be a little too good for Witcher 1. Yeah, Chivalry is what I was thinking about. Chivalry or Mordheim or one of those medieval style beating the shit out of. Thief. It could be Thief. The Thief remake was ass, so a 71% might be up there. I'm gonna do like Mordheim or some shit. I haven't played or looked at Mordheim. We could try Thief remake. Thief. Oh god. What the fuck is this? I mean, it's definitely magic. That disqualifies any of, like, Chivalry or Mordheim, right? It's definitely not Witcher. This looks like Skyrim, this era right here. But it's not. Metascore below 80% is garbage? Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online. It looks like Elder Scrolls Online. Lichdom Battle Mage. Hail Mary. It's not Dragon's Dogma. It's not Destiny. It does look like Elder Scrolls Online. Do we have any Elder Scrolls Online players around here? Let me stop the timer. Guild Wars. I think the graphics are too good for Guild Wars. Skyrim at home. Come on, chat. We can do better than this. Let's try Elder Scrolls Online. PC. Yeah, I think Kingdom of Amalur. The graphics are too good for that. Check out the Dark mod. They're not going to have mods. Let's try Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know. I kind of... Like, the icon, like, here looks very, very Elder Scrolls-y. Even if it's not. Lichdom Battle Mage might be a good guess, but... Oh, you're right. Whoever said Elder Scrolls Online. I've played ESO. I'm so sorry. I hope you can get better. I hope you'll be well. I know it's a very hard life. Playing such a shit game. It's not a mod anymore since Tech 4 has been released open source. I'm talking about guess the game. I don't care if it counts as a mod or not in your mind, okay? They're not gonna have like a specific mod, X mod shit as their game, alright? That would make this, it would be impossible to guess this shit. Our condolences, I know, right? Look at that absolutely flat ass right here. How can I come to this game if the female character looks like this? This is why everyone plays Final Fantasy XIV, okay? When you've exhausted the endgame content, you can goon to your female cat girl. But if you're... Jesus Christ, look at this shitty ass graphics. This looks like shit. My god. Alright. Where is the old stuff? Play previous days here. COD Modern Warfare 2, my favorite. Argonians, though, yeah, as soon as we see a lizard female, we're like, I'm gonna come! Okay, here we go. PS2, GameCube, goon to female cat girl who is actually another man, the hottest of all gooning. Man, if you can guess from this texture, that's really impressive. Twilight Princess, I doubt it. Fable, I think Fable is a good guess, but it's not. It's 325, so the numbering is wrong. Fable, the Lost Chapter. What about just Fable? Fable 2. Lily pads. This might actually be like Twilight Princess. 87%. That's a Twilight Princess type score right there. It's not fucking Kenshi. Jesus Christ. How can you look at that and say Kenshi? Frogger? No. Shrek? Of course. Shrek 2. 87%, guys. Hold on, I have to go take a piss. I'll be back in 30 seconds. You guys think about it. It's not Pikmin. Ugh. Gotta piss. Ugh. All this piss coming out of my dick. Oh, Pikmin 3. It's crazy how women don't have cocks if you think about it. How do they piss? It makes no sense. Pikmin 3. Holy shit, good job. Whoever said Pikmin 3. It's Pac-Man 3, it's not Pac-Man 3. Did you have a nice piss? Yeah. Cloaca. Holy. It's very impressive that you can guess Pikmin with this. This is pretty Pikmin-y. Wii U. That's a good one. As soon as it's a Nintendo game, you can guess it pretty easily because they don't put it on other platforms, right? We have it come out or flaps. That's disgusting, woman. You should have a penis. The magma draw pile people are drawing at the moment. Come check it out if you like. I'm fucking burning up in here, so I'm gonna do a few more guesses and I'm gonna escape to the basement and fall asleep. Next. Grand Theft Auto 5? Now this is a weird ass... This feels just oddly Los Angeles-y. Can't believe he said that and bans the word. It's okay if I raise it as a content, but I don't want other people to be getting it because they never shut the fuck up. Leafy Toby used ad block term futa maxing. Thank you. You're doing a great job. This does kind of look like GTA 5, doesn't it? I like the GTA 5 guess. I think it's as good a guess as anything. No. But there's palm trees. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good guess. There's palm trees, there's wires. It's 74%, so it's a shitty one, though. It's Dying Light? Okay. I think that's as good. Yeah, Dying Light is a 74% game. I think you're right on that one. Yep, good job. I played about 30 minutes or an hour of Dying Light, and then I was like, I can see why people would like it, but I'm not feeling it, and I can't explain why. There was something just inherently wrong about the gameplay in a way that rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like parkour, that's one of the problems, but I don't know, it just seemed like they need to do more playtesting or something. The rocks gave it away. Good job. Here's some more rocks for any of those rock Coomers out there. This kind of looks like strategy game, maybe. I feel like this is a zoomed in shot of like an RTS game. Fallout 1. It's not Fallout 1. You keep on guessing like these super famous games. But we're at 327, so... Also, Fallout 1, if you're talking about like the original PC release of Fallout 1, it's not going to look like this. Mad Max is a pretty good guess. More rocks to Coom 2. They are kind of nice rocks. Heroes of the Storm. We had Heroes of the Storm recently, so I don't think it's that. I do like the Mad Max guess. The color palette is very Mad Maxy. It's very hard to guess the first one, of course. There's like 13 Mad Max games. Tyranny. It seems like the graphics are a little too good for Tyranny. What the fuck is this? You have a flag. Camp. Tree. 87%. Dirt and rocks. Snowstorm. Rain. Zelda. It's not fucking Zelda. 87% is pretty high, but it's not Zelda. This graphics is way too advanced for anything that could possibly be created by Nintendo. There's just this flag. Pillars of Eternity? I doubt it. There was also Pillars of Eternity recently. And like a few ones before this, so... Ghost of Tsushima, the tree is wrong. Also, the flag with the spear on it is wrong. Although the rain kind of makes it look like Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if there's this much of mud either. The wind. The wind is blowing me. DMC4? Is there any flags like this in DMC4? I don't think so. Pretty hard. This looks like some sort of a campsite. I don't think it's Witcher. But I'm gonna guess Witcher 2. I think we had Wild Hunt already, so... Oh, I was right that it was a isometric game. I think. This looks pretty... I mean, this looks like garbage, honestly. I can't even tell what's going on. Clearly isometric, top-down. Original platform, PC. Yeah, not Witcher. Yeah, but we didn't really have any good guesses. Any obvious guesses. It looks kind of like Heroes of the Storm, but I don't think it is. But I can't think of what it would be besides Heroes of the Storm. Could this wouldn't be Dotes, would it? No. Divinity? Yeah, I think Divinity is a good guess. Yeah, I haven't played Divinity Original Sin. Actually, I quit Divinity after like 2 seconds, so... I think, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, there you go. Right. Good guess. Look at this guy with a skull. Crit chance 2%. Oh man, that's so awesome. What a great crit chance right here. Whoa. I believe in first try, chat. Yeah. If you don't get it first try, you're not a real gamer. That's the truth. Puzzle piece? Is this fucking Banjo? It looks like 2D though. What the fuck is this? This looks like Braid, or it's clearly a scroller of some kind. Rayman Origin? Rayman? I mean, this graphic looks very much Rayman. Ori? Rayman, Ori, possibly Vanillaware. It looks like a little different from Vanillaware. We're getting a lot of Ori guesses. I think Ori is probably a pretty good guess. If it's not, it's probably Rayman. I actually think the color palette is too desaturated to be Ori. I think Rayman is probably closer. Does anyone have any idea what this might be, if it's just a leaf? I'd guess Ori first. Yeah, maybe it's Ori first. I think, yeah, let's try Ori first. Alright. No. 90%. I think this is Rayman. What was the latest Rayman game? Origins? Yeah, I think, let's try Rayman. Rayman Oranges. No. PS3, PC, Wii U, Xbox 360. Neither. Oh, it's yellow, so it is the franchise. We have to guess which game it is, though. It's not Origins. Legends? Alright. There you go. Yes. I don't like platforming, to be honest, which is why I don't play the Rayman games. Well, this definitely looks like Rayman right here. Ubisoft. Okay. Top down, isometric. Just looking at this image is making me start to feel sick. It looks like a Sim City game, doesn't it? The Sims. A lot of people guessing The Sims. Jagged Alliance 2. Everyone's saying Sims. This seems like The Sims 1, maybe. Like really early The Sims graphic. No, interesting. This looks like PS1 gameplay. It feels like a PS1. This might be an RPG. Perhaps a PS1 RPG? I'm not sure. Final Fantasy 9? No, Final Fantasy 9 has graphics better than this. Might and Magic is a good guess. Heroes of Might and Magic. The number is kind of a problem. I don't think it's Tactics. I'm pretty sure it's PlayStation 1, though, instead of PC. Total War, Medieval. I think this is an RPG. I kind of like Heroes of Might and Magic guess that someone put down. The question is, which one would it be? We only have two here. Star Wars? Is this Star Wars, guys? What the fuck? PlayStation 1. Laser Beam. It definitely looks medieval, though. We have a crest here. Village. Completely hard to tell. Well, I could have guessed that it was PlayStation 1. The well-reviewed, 84%. I mean, what could this be? Yeah, Xenogears is a good guess. This kind of looks like a sprite. I think I'm gonna go Xenogears. This does kind of look like the beginning village in Xenogears, actually. I actually was thinking it might be Xenogears, but I thought I was too biased because I like Xenogears so much. Forehead on the bottom. Is this Chitan's forehead right here? I'm gonna go Xenogears. Xenogears has beams as well, so... Yep. I wish that I had guessed that. I wonder what this is right here. It looks like a flower bed of Xenogears in one of the cities. Yeah, I kind of recognized this village, and I was like, is this Xenogears? But I was like, nah, I like Xenogears too much. But yeah, the beams plus the PS1 graphics. Now this is definitely Xenogears. That's the city with the green arrows to move between city. Graph. I am Graph, the seeker of power. Doth thou desire the power? Dun 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 dun. Back when your mysterious guy in a mask could show up and ask if you wanted power, and people were like, holy shit, I haven't seen this 10,000 times before. This is so cool. Oh. The smug elf face. Damn it. I was hoping that 6 was the shot of them naked in the sex scene, the sexo scene. Alright, one more and then I'm gonna get out of this fucking cold, super hot room. Okay. Snow, rock, or possibly a ramp of some sort. Mountain in the background. Brown shit. Halo? Halo? Metal Gear Solid? I don't think it's Metal Gear Solid. It might be Metal Gear Solid. I don't know. A lot of people saying Metal Gear Solid. If it would be, it'd be like 2, wouldn't it? But there isn't snow in 2. It's definitely not PS1. The graphics look too good to be PS1. It looks exactly in that PS3 range. Or actually PS2. Well, no, it's PS3 range. Twin Snakes. Oh, Twin Snakes is a good guess now that I think about it. Fahrenheit. Maybe. Yeah, this might be great GameCube. It's better than PlayStation graphics. Let's try Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes first. Sons of Liberty. The Twin Stakes. No. Puzzle game? What is this? It's not the Metal Gear series. %, poorly reviewed. Yes, Orange Square. It might be a puzzle game. I mean, I would say like The Witness. It's not The Division. The Division has better graphics than this. There are no rocks I can't help. There might be if we go... I mean, these are rocks in the background right here. I'm pretty sure this is a game I've never played or don't really know about. I can't coon to those. You have to learn how to appreciate other rocks. It's crazy that 70% is considered poor when it comes to video game reviews. It's anything below an 80 is a shitty game, and anything above an 80 is probably a pretty good game. That's how it works. Sniper Elite? I don't think so. It might be. I mean, if you don't know what this orange square is, we just have to guess. Because they're not giving us any extra information. Let's try Sniper Elite. Who knows? Sounder Strike. PC, PS4, Xbox One. There's like a pier here. It's obviously like a frozen tundra fucking game. Long Dark? Yeah, I think that's right. It definitely looks like survival. There you go. Yep. It's so cold. Aurora. Shoot the bear. No, don't shoot the heckin' bear. It has that indie game, like, don't actually have the budget to give good graphics, so we're gonna make everything kind of washed out look to it. Hinterland Studio. Alright, one more and then we're gonna quit, because I'm too hot. I said I was gonna quit on this one, but I didn't feel properly satisfied. What the fuck is this? Katamari Damacy? What was that one about, like, folding paper and shit? RuneScape? We have two people saying OSRS, old school RuneScape. Everyone's saying RuneScape. Jesus Christ, how many RuneScape players do we have? What the fuck? Everyone's like, I have played 10,000 hours of RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. God damn it. Fuck you guys. You guys should be ashamed that you can just immediately recognize the grass. There's like 10 people. How many hours do you have in RuneScape, guys? Admit it. We did it, Reddit. Yeah, of course. I mean, this is pretty unmistakable, I guess. I have 0. Heckin' dog. We can identify grass but can't touch it. LMAO. Just go outside. Yeah. I have never played old school RuneScape and I don't plan to. Buying girlfriend. Here we go. The prototypical RuneScape player right here. Who's buying his girlfriend. Alright guys. That was a good session, chat. I hope you're all proud of immediately nailing RuneScape. See you around. Have a nice night, guys. Good night. Buy yourself a girlfriend. See ya.